Hi, welcome to Make It with Alice, and today we're going to talk about a deeply sensitive topic: why 9% of your jobs could be replaced by AI by the year of 2030. So, I've been reading a lot about AI, and I'm getting a lot of questions from you like, I'm about to lose a job. How do I upskill my communication skills? How do I train so that I don't lose my job? I want opportunities. How do I access them? So, I put together my notes. So I'm going to read them off as I'm speaking to you today. And we just got to be very realistic, okay? What's going to happen? So my nose is itchy. Let me drink a cup of tea. Actually, it's coffee. If you guys have coffee, get that ready because we're going to be discussing a lot what's going on. Okay. So think of who's going to lose their job first. Well, first of all, the low tier admins. Okay, why? Because you could automate a lot of roles, and that is a problem. Well, it's good for the company, problem for you, because if you think you can automate what you're doing, chances are you may lose your job. Now, guess where you can position yourself for success? Communication skills. That cannot be outsourced to AI. Soft skills, that cannot be outsourced to AI. I'm talking about emotional intelligence. So already we've seen around 10 to 15% drop in employment of those positions that are easily replaced with AI, okay? And we have seen, my friend, she works at a big bank. They're not hiring. One of my friends works at one of the big four accounting firms, and they've laid off about 7% of their workforce because they have automated a lot of their processes. So let's talk about which positions will actually protect you and the skills that you need, which I train in my school community. You can go ahead and check it out. It's the Communications Lab. There's a link when you check out my channel. There's a link that you can join the group for free. It's a community, and if you want specific deep dive training, there's a professional program that you can access as well. But you can check out that later. I just want to talk about what are the skills that you need to protect yourself. Now, not a guarantee, but it will help. So, deep human interaction, emotional intelligence roles. So you know what I'm talking about. Coaches, counselors, managers that are in the people business. So like the chief people officer, or the team leads, engineering managers that have to communicate with engineers. We're going to go into that even more. These roles require presence, nuance, and psychological trust. But you also need the skills to be able to read people, give them what they need and want. It's fairly complex. If you don't understand personal development, psychology, leadership skills, management skills, business skills, it becomes difficult. Fortunately, I train these skills, so this is amazing. So again, I've mentioned coaches, counselors, therapists, negotiations, coaches, people who are teaching complex soft skills like emotional intelligence, mediation, leadership development. These are skills that AI probably won't replace because it's difficult to do so. Now, unless AI can understand intuition and sixth sense and clairvoyance, then you're good. So if you have these superhuman abilities, even creative thinking, and conflict resolution skills and communication skills, then most likely you won't be replaced. Now, again, AI can give advice, but people still need to feel seen, regulated, and guided by a real human. This is why you don't just learn English by going to Duolingo. You need to speak with a human to practice, because you need that feedback loop. Your brain is a feedback loop, and you only improve when you get feedback. And it's nice that ChatGPT can give us feedback, but it's not a human, and you need to practice with humans. So Again, jobs that are likely to be protected or the ones you can access to position yourself better and make sure you don't lose your job are the roles that involve unpredictable environments and liabilities. So these are your skilled trades like electricians, plumbers, builders, surgeons, emergency responders, nurses, pilots, field engineers. So basically, the physical world is messy and legally sensitive. So obviously, you cannot automate the liability. So again, these positions are good. Any stage where you're at, I'm basically dealing with a lot of middle to upper tier engineers, professionals, people who are in the technical roles, who are in middle management. They're trying to get to upper management. They're trying to keep their skills, and they have to interface with their teams or clients. So you're positioned to do that. And if you're not, make sure try to get some like customer facing roles in your company or team leadership roles, because then you're protected. Okay, so other positions, brand visionaries, creative directors, novelists with unique voices. That's me. I write novels. Unique voices, that's important. Concept and designers, cultural commentators, or cultural translators, not just language translators. So again, AI can produce volume. It cannot easily produce positioning or cultural translation. Part of communication training that I do is I help you understand cultural nuances. I lived in the Middle East, in London, United States. Now I live in Spain. Spent some time in Latin America, and I've been to Morocco. I was going to say Africa, but that's just one country. So these are all important, guys. And also, which jobs will be protected is strategic decision-making roles like CEOs, founders, senior consultants, investment decision makers, policy strategists. Sometimes my nose is itchy when I get excited or when I speak for long periods of time in front of the camera. It's just what my nervous system likes to do. Hybrid roles, translators. So somebody who has to translate complex technical terminology, but also understand human psychology. So what that would look like is communication strategists in the AI era. That's me right here on this channel. Learning designers, change management experts, because you need to understand systems, how to implement them in the office place. And executive presence trainers, which is executive communication. So this is what you can access in the communication labs. So check it out. And in case you want to get directly in contact with me right now with your urgent challenge you have, I will have a link to a Google form. So just fill it out with your information. Let me know what your role is, what your challenge is, and then I will also send you a free communication strategy you can implement right away, and also a checklist, okay, which is really an overview of what I teach. Alice Method. It's applied for executive communication. So lots of changes. I'm super excited to have launched the Communication Lab, a community on school, just because a lot of the training I've been doing has been effective, and it can be replicated across different industries, and whichever position you have in the company, this method works. Okay, so if you're curious how I developed it, it actually came to me in a dream, and I've been teaching on Preply and SuperProf. I've been teaching English and communications, and after about 8 months, I realized that people have the same problem, most notably freezing in meetings. So whether or not English is your first language, we just seem to freeze in meetings. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any specific questions or topic you want me to discuss. I will be posting more videos around AI, executive communication, and just strategies that can help you be more effective, okay, in your work. So, just wanted to thank you once more. And remember, we end each episode with do the best that you can every day.